Hi everyone, welcome in this fourth video for Open Community Gauntlet V1. This time around we are looking on the fourth week, the 4-bit and or XOR NOT, which is basically the same stage as week 3, except this one is a 4-bit part, so it's just 4 times the previous week. So at first it can be really think of really simple because you are just plainly doing four times the same chip. But as you can see in the leaderboard, you can have other way to go around the count. So if we go to the week leaderboard, so basically we have the reveal of week 3. Oh, there is an error here. It should supposed to be week 3. But this part is 20 months. So if you just think simply 4 times that number, it should be 80. But if you look close enough, you can see that some people found a 68 MOS design. So there is quite a lot of room for optimization here and some logic shenanigan. So there is room for improvement, even though you have last week best reveal. Of course, you can use your own chip, and I would encourage you to use your previous week's chips, because you have built an understanding of what it is, what it can do, and what the signal you can use to achieve that type of optimization. But me, as usual, as every week, I will just do a naive implementation. So I'm not doing the implementation of the subprocess reference naive, which is really big, 288 transistors, but rather I will just redo this submission, which is mine, but we are discarded. So those people are just not counting in the leaderboard, even though they can play the gauntlets. They are just not accounting for. And I will use this past week chip. So without waiting any longer, let's just do that. So I will keep that here for reference, but it's pretty clear what we have to do. Let's make this small, and I will before that I should grab the and I should do this instead. So if you press Control instead of just clicking on it, so Control click, it will open in your default browser. So let's grab the link for that blueprint and let's jump here. So let's close this. And what I want to do is something really pragmatic. I will try to optimize a little bit because it can be really big, and I did my own work because it would have been a long video otherwise. So I already tried something. So I have a bus that I want to use, which is just a wiring that is already made. So my idea is let's put those without the labels so we can see everything. Let's give us more space. So you can extend the die with just drawing a trace outside of the existing die, and it will automatically expand the die. And when you are done with that, you can just Control Z to undo the last change, because an expansion is expansion right, expansion bottom in this case, and then putting the trace. So if I do this, I undo my trace. If I do this, I undo the resize on the x-axis, and if I do that, you get the idea. Okay, so let's remove that, and I want to explain a little bit my ideas. So what I want to do is use this last week and orcs or nuts, and just put it in a way that is interesting. So here we can see there is, yeah, of course I didn't. Oh, this is interesting. There is a little bug there, so but you shouldn't see the, I think it doesn't work with the file import. But the idea is, let's rotate this to find a way of placing a lot of them. So right out of the gate, what we can see, so we'll do that and remove all probes so we can see everything there. I don't want to explain every part of that chip because I didn't made it myself, and it's kind of long to just go back into what are supposed to be what. But here I want to merge part. I can merge really easily. So I want to put 4 of them, one in each quadrant, so not in a line but like in a 2x2 table grid. And we have here a little inverter, so I can use that really simply. So if I do this, I take everything in this mode, and then I just apply a mirror operation on the ghost with the X button. I can just put that like so, and I will have my power lines and this inverter that is merged together. So it's quite easy, and it makes for a really small footprint. So if we do a Z operation on this one, we can have something that resembles that, and that would be fairly small without rethinking everything. So let's try to do just that. And the idea then is just to plug everything, and I won't do that myself. I just did it beforehand with this, and I just have to then align everything properly. So I think I just did the right spacing, so you see it kind of worked with my current implementation. So let's keep that in mind. I need 5 blocks of space between those, and I lost the labels, so I want to keep them because it's really handy to have that. So yeah, let's just do that. I will restart level. Let's make some room. One's too much. I will remove those to avoid having them override my own block, and I will paste the first one. So the first top left cell, I want to have this like so, yes, and basically I should be able to do let's keep some space before committing. I will just remove all those intermediate labels that were created, maybe not the last one. I still want to have this. So this and this, yes. So we have our input block at the bottom. So we have ABC, and we have the output that is on the edge, and we have nothing else, ABCD. So let's grab this. I will just do that simply with the inverter that is merged. Let's connect those power lines together, and then let's keep all that and Z to flip on the Z-axis, and then we need 5 block in the middle, and then I can put my bus that is conveniently made for this exact arrangement of chip, and I should be able to do there. Yes, fit perfectly. So I have my so this would be on the top section. It would be my position 0, my bit 0, and then bit 2, bit 3. So bit 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. I need, so I just need to have an understanding of where I'm supposed to be plugged. Okay, so this one is on top of this, which is our B input. So if you zoom really close enough, you can see there is input blocks at the bottom, so I can override that signal. Those are not necessary. I could remove them, and they are not conductive, those blocks. They are source, but if I put a block there, this will feed this 0 state into both traces. But if something comes from this side, it won't go through that input to this trace. So, but like that is okay. I can plug on top, and I will have no issue whatsoever. So with that, we can just maybe try to plug everything. So this one is okay, so I need to change this. And then this. So now I can take this space and connect my B line. You know what? We will go with this. So I need 1, 2, 3 space there. No, one less. Up. And then 1, 2. There. So we have our 0 that is set, and it's connecting properly. Now I want to connect my A lane, my bit 0 for A, and A is there, so I can go one this direction and top. Perfect. So A is connected. Let's do the same there. So B needs to go up. I need to do this, 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 and then I can go up. How did I connect the other side? Ah, there, okay. So I need to put up 2. Perfect. So let's see if I'm connected. So this one is the last cell. So if I go this bit 3, I should be connected to B, and this is just because this is cut. Yes, B. And now let's put our block B3 in 0. And this I can just take one left and up. So A and B connected. Let's do the same here. So I need, so this is the opposite. Oh, is it? No, it's connected already. So let's verify they are properly connected. So we'll put that to neutral. So you can change inputs value by clicking, but because I want to set it back to neutral, if you want that, you can just press Control and you will have the neutral value. In this case, we have to go through one state, but if I continue to hold Control and press again, it will go to neutral. So let's verify everything else. So we have then, so 0 is this part. So it's properly made. This one should go over there, so that's nice. Cell 3 is there, so it's cool. 0. So this one is nice. A is connected properly. A is connected over there. Oh, so we can see here the exact problem I was describing at the beginning of this stage. Is here there is an input block. So if I remove it and I put a block properly, yes, there, and then I set the second. I don't remember. Yes, second A. We can see now that, let's put B in red. You can see this is connected. So for this one, I can show the same. So it would be 3. If I set it to 0, you can see it's not connected there. So I need to remove that block. If you remove a block with a label on it, it will be deleted. But then we can just put back the connection. Let's verify B third bit. looks good. Let's turn it off. Yes, so B is okay. And let's turn that off. And then there. And then let's put A in red. And I think we are all set with our central bus. I will just remove those blocks to have, I don't need those inputs anymore, and the visual help is not necessary anymore. It's a little bit of cleanup that will change in a future release, because they can get really like you can have a lot of label and inputs fast. So now we have this connected. I have the X path that are the output of every one of those cells. This is the input for this bit number 2. So bit number 1, if we start to 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3. And if we select the outside, we can see we have our path here, and we have a trace that is from my blueprint that I can use to just connect the output, and so I don't need this output anymore. I'm just running the output of that second and or not cell, and this is it will be just simpler to do just this, so poof. So I'm not touching anything on the left side. Let's do the same with this and remove, because we have our output. Select segments, of course, because now it's connected, and so I need to go under this section, and now I can just connect the output this way. Let's align this with the output. Perfect. So we have our outputs set. Now I need to connect C and D. And I just realized my mistake. I removed the D input, and I'm not sure where it was. I'm pretty sure it was there. So let's add, do I have still this in my, so it will be my reference. So this top left is the same orientation, and our, okay, so it was there. This is our D. So we can connect those parts together, because D is connected properly. Ah, yeah, no. So D is there and C is there. So it's the same signal for every part of the chip. It's just selectors. So C and D must be, so all C's input can be tied together and all D input can be tied together. So what I can do is, this is our D input, so I can just do a little arch like so. So now those two segments are connected together. This is, oh, so it's the D part of the so I can just do something really simple instead. Let's just connect, so I don't need to do that. I can just do this, and so now all the inputs are connected together. if I select the proper one. So this is properly set, and now I have my C input that is still there. That's nice. I did a Control Z, that was useful. So my input is there. I have those to connect and those over there because it's the exact opposite. Now I have to connect the C on both sides. And let's be really simple. Here there is a nice place where we can do just that. But do keep in mind that if the C is coming from the top, it would have to travel all the way around to actually propagate the signal everywhere. So why not just do that? I will put my C input there. Let's go with that. And we can activate a nice view, which is the show indicator segment, show change indicators, which will place a little ring onto a block that changes. You can see like it's really going all the way around to just connect those C inputs. So you could think of, oh, maybe I could go somewhere through that maze of wire, and there is a way, but I'm not doing that right now. So C is connected. Let's make sure this is cleaned out, and then D. Let's do the D. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I'm using a laptop, so I have a little sometimes overheating issues. So I wanted to plug the last input, that should be D. So am I wrong with my wiring? C. Oh, I reversed the input. So this is D, and let's put our C somewhere there. And where is our D? So this is the C. Must be sure. C. No, I was right. I'm confused. Let's go. This is the way. Now D, which is at the center. So if I recall it right, is the same. And for this part, I will just do something really simple and maybe a little bit ugly. Let's do that, and I'll go in the middle. So this is the D input. And I want to connect there. Perfect. So if I go on the input and I remove everything and I set my input D, everything should be plugged properly. So right now I have something that should be working. Let's remove that, let's validate to compress, to shrink the die. And now the only last part I still need is the powering. So power needs to go there. So I do recognize this because I mostly those parts are gray, but also because those lines are at level 8, and usually when you go at that layer 8, it means that you are powering stuff. So now this is connected, and now I want to connect the rest of it, so it should be this. So it's a little bit lower, usually it's 6, but that works. And I connect this and this. Let's make sure we are not selecting anything else. And I can go through there, I think. So I will raise to level 6. Can go there. I'm not touching anything. I can just rejoin. So we should pour everything. And with that, we hear our first step that was validated. And I'm pretty sure it will work now. So let's just start the full validation. It's a little bit slow, so let's speed that up. And you know what, maybe let's hide those. And that's working fairly fast. Yeah. And with that, we just managed to finish our 4-bit and orcs or not. So it was quite simple. It's the naive way of doing that, just taking the reveal of this week 3, so past week, and I just packed them together in this configuration, and I just plugged everything with a central bus, this section, and all the outputs are going around the chip, and then finally on the right side. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video until the end. I hope I will see you on the leaderboard, and yeah, see you soon.